Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Yes, I'm back tonight with another one. This is your late night East Coast and your evening West Coast. I'm going to zoom in on some info around unemployment, PPP, EIDL, rental assistance, maybe some child tax credits in there. We're going to get into your recap of everything that happened over the events of today around stimulus. Let's get you all caught up. Hello, everybody. I'm Edward Bilder. To all my loyal subscribers out there, welcome back to another video. And if you're joining us for the first time today, welcome. Consider becoming a subscriber. I'm going to start out with some things around the IRS, CTC, and unemployment, okay? Because a lot of questions are still coming from all of the tax filers from 2020. What to do if they already filed for taxes and they claimed unemployment last year? And we know that 10,000, the first 10,200 from last year, you don't have to pay taxes on, okay? So as of Tuesday, the IRS issued guidelines on this, and it's easy street. Like I've been saying, it's going to be easy street. They said, do not go out and amend this. Very clear and very specific. They will do the work on their side. They'll check it out on their side. And if there's a refund coming your way, they're just going to send it, okay? They didn't say if this is going to be in the form of a paper check or if it's electronic, but naturally, I'm going to assume that it follows however you file. So if you file electronically, it'll most likely show up electronically, okay? The only thing they didn't say, was a timeline, okay? And I know everybody's probably like, money in my pocket today is better than money in my pocket in 2022 or, end of the year here, okay? So they will get a refund to you. And keep tuned into the channel here because I'm going to keep tracking this to see if anybody's out there starting to receive their refunds, okay? So stay with us here on the channel. Now, I'm going to shift over to child tax credits because with all this stuff happening at the IRS, they are very bogged down and delayed, and nothing's been smooth. Nothing's been smooth this year. So child tax credits were supposed to build a portal launched in June. Basically, go in, register for your recurring payments, and start receiving those recurring payments starting in July. That's most likely going to be delayed. If I had to guess, I'm going to guess September, okay? Possibly September to start seeing the recurring checks. And I'm hoping it's retro. Naturally, I believe it would be retro because it's supposed to start in July. And if you exhaust 3 months of it, they should give you back that 3 months because the formula inside the law says take the overall value and divide it by 12, okay? So I'm hoping it's retro, okay? So stay tuned on that. I know it's frustrating, but man, they are bogged down. They put out a press release saying that it's most likely going to be delayed, and they could just be seeking more money to to get this done. Maybe they're just trying to elbow their friends in Congress there to send them some more money. Who knows? Who knows? So I want to talk about something a little controversial here, okay? Because, man, I'm reading some shocking news events around rental assistance. Just completely shocked on all this. And I'm sorry if the other camera angle sounded a little tinny. My mic wasn't tuned in, so I tuned it in. All right, so a little shocking around rental assistance. Not so much what's going on in the program, but what's actually happening at the county level. Now, originally this program was designed to send billions of dollars to people who are suffering, can't pay their rent. They're on unemployment, can't pay their rent, and they're at risk of being evicted, okay? And it was to provide up to 12 months of rental assistance. That's it, right? Cut, dry, clean, and utility assistance, right? Totally clean, right? We get that. Well, when it got down to the county level, they tore the sucker apart. I'm really shocked at what's going on here. They tore this apart, okay? Because it's now based on like a landlord's choice. And I'm a landlord, and I'm glad I don't have to make this choice, okay? Because I'm very glad I don't have to make this choice. I'm grateful that all of my tenants are up to date. But man, so it's coming down to a landlord's choice where it's all based on a negotiation. Really dirty. I think this is dirty. Okay, so they're asking landlords, one, to verify their income. I think that's wrong. I think it should be based on tenants' income. What does it have to do with the landlord's income? It's almost like, let me know how much money you have, okay, and then I'll let you know how much money I'm going to give you, right? Has nothing to do with the fact that the tenant is struggling. It's a negotiation between now the county and the landlord, right? Let's play this back and forth across the table. Who's going to spend less money based on who has more money? I think it's wrong, okay? And if that tenant, really the tenant's the one that's going to suffer in the end here because these landlords are basically just saying, whatever, move out. Just move out, right? Because
they're making landlords waive 20 to 40% of all that back rent. And if that's 12 months, I mean, that in some cases, that could be like $10,000. That's huge, right? That could be think about it in California, right? Some of that rent is expensive out in California. Shout out San Fernando Valley. I know you guys are hearing me. I used to live in Seal Beach. I used to live in Long Beach, and I know it is very expensive to live out in that area. Okay, and yeah, 20 to 40% of the rent could be a very high dollar that the landlords are supposed to say, okay, I'll suck it up and lose it. No, and then placing a requirement that you can't evict for X number of months if you take the money. Landlords are fed up and they're just saying no thanks. I'd rather just have my property vacant and get it back, right? Especially with the market the way it is right now, they're basically just kicking out the tenants and then putting a for sale sign on it. It's kind of crazy what's happening right now. I'm really shocked. I think this one's all twisted up. I don't like what happened here, and I'm really glad that I'm not experiencing what some of these landlords are having to go through right now, and what these tenants are having to go through right now. This is just shocking to me. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know the thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you're being affected by this. Okay, this is crazy. Check out your county level and see what their requirements are for rental assistance. I think this one's twisted. So let me know your thoughts.
All right, let's talk about one of my favorite topics, PPP, okay? Been waiting all day for an update from Congress to give us the old thumbs up that they extended the deadline, but that didn't actually happen today, okay? But that's all right, because we do have some good news around it, and I'm going to cover it right now. So the current deadline is still March 31st. We know that they want to extend the deadline to May 31st, giving an additional 30 days to continue processing applications to June 30th, okay? So that for all the viewers, that would mean you would submit your applications by May 31st, and behind the scenes, the SBA can still process and still send money out, all right? That's great. That's great because previously it would have just ended there, right? And, if it was left on the desk, it was left on the desk, right? And so a lot of people were left hanging out there without getting their loans processed as soon as the program ended. So I think that's good news, all right? And, we had a lot of bipartisan support on this. Like Ben Cardin spoke out discussing that there's probably approximately $550 billion sitting in the PPPLF fund. All right. Yeah, he says approximately. I don't know if how accurate he is on this. I've done the math here, and I'm trying to think here if there's $550 billion there. If I'm thinking there might be more like $300 billion there, but they're saying it's $550 billion. So I hope he's right, because that's a lot of money to help a lot of small businesses. Okay. So what's going on with the timeline? Chuck Schumer spoke out on Monday in the Senate and said, we will not leave the Senate this week until we pass the extension of this deadline. Very clear, okay? Very clear. Named all the bipartisan support that was around this. Straight with it said it's Cardin, Collins, Shaheen, Marshall, Sullivan, and Murkowski all on board, okay? And they want to get this thing done. And they will not leave. There is no reason to let this expire, is what he said. Okay, so I believe it's highly plausible, highly likely that we may see some updates on this on Thursday or possibly Friday. Maybe it'll be on the president's desk for Friday, so that they can just put the old signature on it and get it done and get it over with and extend that deadline. Okay. Now, what's not included in this is hashtag retro PPP. Okay, this bill is very small, very tiny. It's like a page of words, okay? It's 3 pages total, but it's like 1 page of words. And all it says is we're going to strike out March 31st. We're going to replace it with June 30th. Not the deadline, though. June 30th. And the last day to file is obviously May 31st. So anybody before June 1st, that's the last day to get the application in. And from June 1st forward is just processing time, okay? So it's a very tiny bill. It doesn't include anything to go back and retroactively amend. Everybody out there who is stuck prior to March 3rd, who filed, got on the ball early, applied for PPP Draw 1 or Draw 2 under their net Schedule C filers, and now are left holding the bag, right? They're not allowed to go back in there and adjust their gross, all right? And I think that's wrong in the SBA. They're allowing Schedule to do that. So everybody, tag all your senators. You know what? Tag this group right here, okay? I'll name them again. Cardin, Collins, Shaheen, Marshall, Sullivan, Murkowski, all right? Tag all those senators. Let them know. Hashtag retro PPP. We want to be able to go back and retroactively reapply for the balance. What's left over between net and gross so that we have fairness with everybody out there who is applying from March 3rd and on, okay? Hashtag retro PPP. Let your senators know. We need their support here. We need their support now, okay?
If you already done so, you can support the channel by touching the like button. Every time you touch the like button, YouTube recommends these videos to more and more people. It really hits the algorithm, and it helps me out here on the channel because I get to continue bringing you great content, okay? You could also share me on your Facebook and your Twitter, and I have other videos around building wealth through passive income, royalties, the stock market, and real estate. Just hit the notification button if you want to get alerted to when these videos come out, okay? I'm going to shift over to EIDL grants because, man, there's lots of things happening out there. A lot of people are celebrating because more and more statuses cha-ching, are changing to approved, okay? Right? So make sure you check your status in the portal. Look for emails from, on SBA.gov. Look for emails for approved. And make sure you check your voicemail, all those individuals out there who like to screen their phone calls, right? Because you could be getting a phone call from a DC phone number, and if you miss it, it could be worth $10,000, okay? They're calling people to verify their identities. They want to ask your last four numbers of your Social Security. And then they're going to ask you some flavor of the day questions like, what is the value of your mortgage? What's your monthly payment on your mortgage? What's your monthly payment on your car payment? What's your, what street did you grow up on? All these verifying questions, stuff like that, okay? They're just trying to make sure you're human and that there's no fraud in there, okay? So be prepared to get a phone call. Some people are having their statuses changed without getting a phone call, but some of them are getting a phone call, all right? Now, I had a question on my last few days here. A couple people are asking, hey, is anybody being denied right now? And yes, I'm actually here, and I asked on this channel, and if you were denied, let us know what happened, okay? Let us know in the comments what happened if you were denied, because I'm hearing this, that some people were denied within like the hour, right? Basically, they did something wrong on the application. Somebody put a 0 instead of a 1 for the number of employees. I mean, that's what they put in the first one, right? They put 0 for the first one, Schedule C file. They're like, I don't have employees. 0, goose egg, right? And that was worth $1,000 because 0 equaled 1. Well, I don't think the IRS, or I don't think the SBA is going by the same rules this time, okay? Because somebody put 0 and they were denied. And there's no way of changing it. There's no appeal process right now that I'm seeing from all of these viewers. They're all saying the same thing. If you're denied, sorry, you're out. Okay, so be very careful when you're filling out that form. I made videos on a walkthrough for this. You can check out a video here on a walkthrough. But be very careful what information you're putting in there because you get triggered a denial and really be stuck. And I don't think you'll ever be able to change it. All right, so yeah, be very careful what you're putting on the form. Check it 4 or 5 times before you turn it in. Okay. These glitches that I announce on my channel, we need to talk about them too. All right, I'll post all over here glitches, and so if you're stuck on a glitch, check out my videos. You may not even know you're stuck in these glitches. If your status hasn't changed in a long time, or if you're in progress, or if you can't email out of your portal, you could be stuck in a glitch. If you're missing certain emails that should have came to you, you could be stuck in a glitch. Okay, and these SBA agents, when you call them on the phone, they're tied. I mean, they really don't know much about the glitches. They're taking notes, but it doesn't really seem to be like they're connecting this over to the Targeted Advance Grant team. All right, and that's the team that's designed and really focused to get this money out and get everything solved for us. It doesn't seem like the message is reaching them. All right, so I'm going to ask that you start urging your congressmen and women to look into this. All right, they're going to have to investigate what could possibly be going on here because this is happening far too often. That I am getting messages here that people are just stuck and they do not know how to get unstuck. Right? Something's wrong with the system, and we're gonna need them. We're gonna need them to nudge the SBA here a little bit to investigate and fix this problem. All right? Because all of our voices are not being heard, even through the phone calls. They're not doing much. They're just, I'll note your file and move on. Right? It's like, wow, do something to fix it. Right? Do something to fix it. All right? So alert this to all your congressmen and women. Let them know there may be something wrong with these portals for the Targeted Advance Grant. And if you're entitled to receiving funds and you're not receiving your funds due to a glitch, something needs to change. Okay? Something needs to change. I thank you guys all. Remember, leaving a comment enrolls you into my next giveaway because when I hit the next 20,000 subscribers, which is going to be in like 10 days, okay, I'm giving away $500. $500. All you have to do is put a comment down and be a subscriber. I'm picking a random comment. I did this 2 Saturdays ago, and I gave away $500 to a family randomly selected who was truly in need. Okay, truly in need. If you need help figuring out what to tell us, let us know where you are in the PPP process. If you're in draw 1, draw 2, where you applied, and if you were able to apply using gross, because some of the banks haven't adjusted from net to gross yet, all right? Or just drop us a hashtag retro PPP, okay? So everybody, the next steps are up to you. Take some of this money, this stimulus money, and get out there and change your futures. You can go and start a business. I'm constantly looking for new investors and partners in my B&Bs and my short-term rentals. Or you can invest in platforms like Webull or BlockFi. Webull wants to give you 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600 each after you deposit $100 into the platform. And BlockFi, if you deposit anywhere between $50 and $250 to secure your cryptocurrencies, you could earn like 8.6% on these, and bringing 250 in cryptocurrencies will get you 250 in cryptocurrencies. It's like a little sign-on bonus, okay? Webull's pretty awesome. Like, check this out. This is about a month's worth of stocks. It's about $2,000 worth, and it's all free. All I do is I click 2 little buttons, drop this into my Facebook, and recommend Webull to all my friends. And when they sign up, I get all these free stocks, all right? And if I don't like these stocks, I just trade them in, okay? And I get whatever I want. That's going to do it for today, folks. If you need further assistance outside of this, you can find me pinned in the top comment for a one-on-one consultation. I thank you all again, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.